Today's video is unlike any other video in the Fortnite community. Today, I'll be interviewing all of 4 of the biggest Fortnite cheating servers. So get yourself some popcorn and enjoy. Who are you and what is your name?
I'm Am from Impact Services. I'm the owner of Impact Services.
When did you join this
I
community?
joined this community a year ago, but I like to tell people that I joined 4 years ago because you got to get the customers' trust because there are a lot of exit scammers in the community. But I would never exit scam because I have a good thing going for me.
And what got you started?
I've been cheating on Roblox since I was in first grade, and my friends, they wanted to cheat on Fortnite. That just got me started, and we started a server together, me and my friends, and I was basically doing all the work for them. I was finding the people to do like things, and then the server grew, and then we didn't get along, so then we deleted the server, and I started Impact, and it just blew up.
What are some things that much of the community don't really know about?
There are a lot of scammers and exit scammers. There are people that would sell you a cheat, and while it's down, they won't tell you it's down because they obviously want the money. So they'll sell you a cheat and it's down and you have to wait, or they'll say there's like a TPM bypass, or they'll say their spoofer works on all motherboards, which their spoofer does not. So there's a lot of scammers, there's false advertisement and all that.
What are you going to do in the future for Impact?
So for the brand I made that was made by the Impact development team, VMAX, we're actually going to be adding a VMAX Fortnite cheat, VMAX Valorant cheat, maybe. We might make our own brand for DMA, so like maybe that will come in the future, but we're definitely working on a VMAX Fortnite cheat, and right now we have a VMAX spoofer.
What are some owners that are like not good people who have done bad things? Do you know any owners that have done that?
Definitely Blam Solutions. Blam Solutions, he's the weirdest person in this community. I could just name one thing. He pays girls to, with the spoofer money, like all the money he makes, to pay girls and basically bribe them to draw his name blamed on their parts of their bodies, on their ass cheeks and shit.
That is mad weird, bro. What?
And he leaks people's IPs if he doesn't like you. He just wants to start. He just
Drama.
wants to start something. Yeah, he just wants drama because
Mhm.
I guess he likes the attention.
That
But
makes
he's
sense.
really annoying.
What do you think Fortnite currently is doing to block spoofers and cheats and stopping people from bypassing the anti-cheat?
They'll probably improve the anti-cheat and they'll probably create a new anti-cheat targeting especially towards DMA.
Which one do you think is stronger, Easy Anti-Cheat right now or Battle Eye?
Easy anti-cheat.
And for Easy Anti-Cheat, do you think they're going to do anything to? Are they currently trying to stop spoofers, or are they doing anything to like?
I'm not sure if I'm right, but when you get banned and there's a driver on your computer, the anti-cheat actually saves that driver, I think. And if a lot of people are getting banned with your driver, I think the driver goes up for manual review. I'm not sure though, because that's what someone told me, but yeah, that's how drivers get detected.
A couple days ago, Fortnite released a tournament spoofer identifier, and most spoofers you would not be able to play in tournaments with after this update. Do you know anything about that?
Tournament hardware identifiers.
Mhm. And like, how do you think that works normally?
I feel like if I say too much about that,
Oh, you don't like
you're
expose it?
probably gonna leak the method. I'm just gonna say it's the disk drive.
For what do you think? What are your thoughts on cleaners with Fortnite? When people use cleaners,
I heard you say cleaners are detected if you use it. It's not.
I think that should be it. Have a good day.
You too.
Special thanks to Impact for taking time out of his day to come here and let me interview him.
Pain, you can convert it into power. You will become better. It's lessons every single time. My name is First, obviously, as a lot of people know. And what do? I sell spoofers mainly, and I'm the developer of my permanent spoofer, which is the most known, and that is what First is known for, basically. And I sell some other products on the side, but it's mainly my permanent spoofer.
Mhm.
So that is what I do, and that is my name. Short introduction about myself.
And when did you join this community?
So I joined this community about 1.5 to 2 years ago. I remember that I joined this. I was looking at Elite PvPers, and yeah, I thought, bro, I can do this myself. why would I'm just going to do this myself. Why would I buy a spoofer? So, so I was always a little bit into selling on Discord, to be honest. I actually joined this community not 2 years ago. I joined this Fortnite spoofer community 2 years ago, but I actually started selling GTA mod menus and money drops and that kind of stuff on YouTube while being live and that kind of crap, like 4 to 5 years ago. So I'm actually quite long in this community already. So it has been a long journey, and I'm planning on staying in this community for quite a while. How long is unknown to me due to X amount of circumstances currently, but overall, yeah, I've been in this community very long, and I'm planning on staying quite long as well.
Mhm. And do you have any regrets about joining or anything you've done in the past?
I do not have any regrets joining this community. However, yes, I I do not have regrets in the first place, but it is a mental business. Every seller that is going to listen or watch this video, make sure to like and subscribe, by the way. But every single seller that is going to watch this video is a fucking mental business. So I do not have regrets because, yeah, as I said, it is a good business where you earn money quite the easy way, so to speak, within quotation marks. But yeah, it is surely a mental business because the retards, with all due respect, in your tickets and every stuff, every like all bullshit you have to deal with,
Mhm.
that is ridiculous. It's not what a normal business has. I do not have regrets, but
I mean,
I might have had to make better decisions in the past. I will not really go into detail for that. I'm sorry for the video, but I'm not really going into detail for that. But I should have made better decisions in the past, and I'm mainly speaking about 1 year, 1.5 years ago.
mm.
But overall, no, I do not regret it.
Wait, no. What are some things that much of the community don't know about?
Yeah, it's a good question. Thank you for that. And that is, as I previously stated in your previous question, that is that this business is very mental, and customers, even though they should be absolutely treated like customers with respect, and they're buying a product that it should be worthy their money, but even customers should understand that this business model is so fucking frustrating sometimes. That is something a lot of people do not know within this community. A lot of guys within this community are the cheaters and are the spoofer buyers, and the only thing they have to worry about if the fucking product is detected or undetected. It's the only thing. And now the developers and the people on the back end and the front end, the guys that actually have to advertise their product and sell it out. Yeah, what a lot of people don't know about is that it's really stressful in this business. It is very mental, and it is not what it seems like. It seems like easy money, as I said in your previous question, but it is easy money to a certain degree, but there's a lot more that a lot of people do not see. It falls around legal as well, because what you're doing is basically in a gray area. It's between illegal and legal. So that's the kind of stress you have to deal with. It is copyrights and whatever. Your video's getting striked. And obviously, yeah, accepting payments, because this is, and I'm currently in the situation of having problems with my payments. What a lot of people do not see is that accepting payments is harder than you just think. If you're a small seller, then your PayPal won't randomly get banned or something because you have a very low volume of sales. But whenever you're bigger and getting bigger and bigger, and you're going to fucking explode like First already did, you're gonna have so much customers, so many customers on a daily basis, that you will have to make 10 PayPals, and because they keep getting banned and processing card payments and that kind of crap. Good luck with it. You need a very good game plan. You need a strategy, because if you're going to grow without strategy, you're going to be hit by fucking life, so to speak, from every single fucking angle where you look. You really have to get a game strategy if you're going to grow, because otherwise it's not going well. And that is something I had to realize earlier, but right now I am where I am, and I need to deal with the situation where I'm at the moment. So we'll make the best out of it. That's basically the question, or that's the answer to your question. Yeah. I believe that stress is a very good motivator, and I believe that you can convert it. Also, pain, you can convert it into power. You will become better. It's lessons every single time. It is lessons. What a lot of sellers do, bruv, is that a lot of sellers, they quit whenever it's getting too hard. A lot of sellers exit scam whenever it's getting too difficult. And that is something I've never done and never planning on doing for the next couple of years and the past 2 years that I've been selling this spoofer. I've had dips, bro. I've had insane dips where I was listed very bad in every single server as a scam. Yeah, I was in a dip very hard a couple of or 1.5 years ago maybe. But I never quit, to be honest, and neither should other sellers. If it's getting hard, then that is the part where losers become losers and winners become winners. That is the reason why First is still on top, because I've never quit, and I've never even thought about quitting in the first place. But yeah, being a big seller is indeed not easy. Being a small seller or a decent-sized seller is much easier. So if you want an easy existence within this community, stay a small seller or a decent-sized seller. Don't be a big seller, because then you're going to have to worry about big issues within this business in and of itself. Yeah.
What do you think about the community?
So what I think about the community, I think everyone is going to agree, is that it's very toxic. It became very toxic. It really depends on what kind of people you talk with, because the community is fine, but the people are toxic, and it's like, how do I say that? It's like in between. The community is fine. Truly depends on what kind of people you are, as I said. But it is a toxic community. That's just basically my answer to your question. I cannot really elaborate further on that. It's just a toxic community. You have to deal with reverse engineering, so crackers, fucking crack, and people that are memeing you for it, for example. So you have to protect the integrity of your product, and yeah, overall the community is toxic. It is a good community, as I said, for a business to earn your money with, but the community is toxic. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What are some things anti-cheat providers or games have done to either stop you or have seen happen to others?
Okay, so that's a good question. First and foremost, no anti-cheat has directly tried to stop First. The only thing I'm aware of is that currently Vanguard has semi-softly detected our certificate, which is being shared to with my admin as well and some other providers. So the certificate is maybe a quite directed detection or a soft detection, as I said. It's for ASUS mainly, and if you boot from EFI with secure boot enabled. But it's not directly at us, but what anti-cheat providers, aka games, have done to stop you is mainly prevention, and I think we can see that very clearly at Vanguard, because I've always said that Vanguard is more of a prevention anti-cheat in terms of hardware ID spoofing than a detection anti-cheat. Once again, in terms of hardware spoofing. And prevention as in TPM, for example, secure boots, and I think even more is coming, to be honest. If the enforcement of Windows 11, what the fuck, Windows 11 is coming, then it's going to be even tougher. But it is truly prevention. We can see that very clearly at Vanguard. Now for Battle Eye and Easy Anti-Cheat, I've not really seen prevention. The only thing happened, like, how long is that now? I think a year? Or maybe 6 months, that Fortnite introduced the tournament identifier kicks. That is a prevention for sure, and a lot of providers, including us, and I'm completely honest, got hit by that. But we have fixed it since. We have fixed it very quickly, and that is the only preventions I've seen from an anti-cheat provider that they have done to try to stop you, and they will always be a cat and mouse cat and mouse game. They will never be able to stop cheating 100%. But the main, as an anti-cheat, I do not want to give them ideas, but how they can stop cheating mainly is stop hardware spoofing, because it, it wouldn't be efficient to detect the cheats every single time. It would be more efficient to detect hardware spoofing, because then they cannot even launch the game in the first place because their hardware banned or their spoofer is detected. So hardware spoofer should be the main focus of fucking anti-cheats and not detecting the cheat, to be completely honest. Or, yeah, other than people just buying new PCs or components, sure. But most people will just use hardware spoofer. So that's the question, or the answer to your question, once again. Right now, it's mainly Vanguard, to be honest. Easy Anti-Cheat and BattleEye are still, not really actively doing any of that. What I know is that Easy Anti-Cheat does query TPM actively. They really fetch or get your TPM, your E-key keys, and just everything that evolves around your TPM. But they do not anything with it at the moment. That is the only thing I know at the moment. Basically, it's truly Vanguard, or that does this.
And do you think Vanguard is going to last a long time in the cheating community or hard ID spoofing community, or is there going to be like a point where everyone just stops and cheating just completely stops for them?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't, there's no other option than to just admit this, but since Vanguard introduced like their TPM, shit, cheating has massively dropped. I know that for a fact, because my customer base and the people I've talked with on a daily basis, there are less and less cheaters since spoofing for Vanguard got so fucking difficult. So I'm not gonna lie, spoofing will always be around, but it's going to get more difficult each day that Vanguard does silent patches, because the certificate soft detection was a silent patch as well, for example. But yeah, in and of itself, it is going to stay for sure, bro. It's, as I said, it's a cat and mouse game, but it's going to be significantly harder. Yeah, for sure.
What is the current state of anti-cheats like?
Yeah, so the current state of anti-cheats is improving. The current state of anti-cheat is still bypassable, absolutely, 100%. Especially easy anti-cheat and BattleEye, Ricochet as well. Vanguard, yeah, the current state of Vanguard is very good. I would argue the best at the moment, besides maybe some anti-cheats, but just the mainly easy anti-cheat, BattleEye, and Vanguard, which I support for my spoofer, and face it sometimes. But Vanguard, absolutely insane, I'm not gonna lie. I have to give it to them. As I said, cat and mouse, and I will just stay fair in competition. Yeah, their current state is very good. Prevention and detection, and for easy anti-cheat and BattleEye, it is still very bypassable till this day, even with Raid 0 and that stuff. But yeah, the current state of anti-cheats is improving, and I would say it is not improving daily on a daily basis, but it is improving on a monthly basis, because now the past 6 months, every month we had something weird or a new check or a new rumor what anti-cheats do right now, which never happened before. So yeah, they are surely improving. That is the current state of anti-cheats.
And how hard was it for you to start selling and grow big for Verse?
I'm not gonna lie, it was not too difficult, but that is because I was always a guy that knows how to sell. That's because I know perfectly well how sales work. I'm a very good sales guy. I could literally convince everyone to buy X. To be honest, I'm a very good sales guy, and therefore it was for me not too difficult to get big. The Yeah, for every single seller, my way to go, or my way how I got big, was one simple thing. That was just a good YouTube video. And I have looked at other YouTube videos of other sellers, and I do not want to sound this egotistical, but I'm going to say it in the harsh reality. They are fucking trash. Every single YouTube video on YouTube, spoofer showcases, besides Tapsware, are dog shit. Literally, their voice is not professional. Their mic quality is not professional. The way how they structure their sentences is not professional. Their interface is not professional. It's just do everything on a level of professionalism, and it is so easy to grow. I'm sorry if I offended any seller, but it is true. It is a reality check, and for me, it was not too difficult. Back then, 1.5, 2 years ago, I'm not gonna lie, I started with DM advertising. Yeah, I DM'd advertise. That's way harder right now. Discord made a good choice for message requests. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I did DM advertise. That is basically how it started. I DM advertised. I got people to join, and then it spread a little bit like a word of mouth advertisement. Then I made my first YouTube video, which went very bad. Then I made my second YouTube video, which already got a little bit better. Then I made my third YouTube video, and that one got around 19,000 views, which I was very happy with. Then the next one I made, that was the transition from CMD to InJui, and that one got 90,000 views until I got striked by Epic due to my thumbnail. Uh, now this one currently has 35,000 approximately. But it's just the quality of a good video, and it spread like a word of mouth. I done a lot of Elite PvPers like 1.5 years ago as well, but I've quit Elite PvPers already for a good 6 months at the moment because I do not like how their system works. The admins are very unfair in my opinion, and they also removed Discord invitation links in your banner, so at this point I do not see any benefit in Elite PvPers anymore. It's just a waste of time for me because I am getting enough sales on a daily basis, enough joins due to word of mouth, due to being listed in big community servers like Only UD thanks to Halim, and in Cheats Club thanks to Kai, and generally my YouTube video. So I'm not doing Elite PvPers anymore. Basically every single advertisement tactic I used to grow, I do not use anymore because that is for me not necessary anymore. But every single small seller, I'm going to tell you right now, a YouTube video is the most important thing. Perhaps TikTok. If you sell a cheat, holy shit, get on TikTok because that's fucking goldmine. And word of mouth. Do the things on a professional level, and word of mouth will spread eventually. Because first always got recognized by its professionalism. And our quick announce, I was the first person who introduced Quick Announce. I was the first person who introduced our benefits in the channel. Since then, every single fucking provider copied it. And I do not blame them, because if it's a working formula, why wouldn't you copy it? Just copy each other. It's as simple, but be better than the other. Copy it, but copy it better. That's literally my advice, just so to speak. But I made it myself, and get recognized by your unique selling points and your professionalism. That is basically how First grew. And this might sound egotistical or very harsh to sellers. I do not want to offend anyone with this, but it is true. I'm not gonna lie. I've been interviewed here by Prof Junior to be this like a 100% true interview. So this is basically my story about First and a message to other sellers. That's it.
Before we continue, I would like to say this video is sponsored by Sellesen.io. Sellesen is one of the best digital selling platforms where you can sell any digital good. For example, cheats, swoopers accounts, and anything else you want to sell. They also have a payment method for cards to crypto and PayPal family and friends, which saves your ass a lot of time for being banned from those platforms. Sellesen will ask you for any documents. And also, you've probably heard of them before, since they're the fastest growing digital commerce platform. They've partnered up with brands such as Vaultcord, MyVouchers, and more. Anyways, most of the sellers in this video I interviewed are currently switching to Sellesen, including me, since it's one of the best platforms out there. So if you haven't switched to Sellesen, you are missing out on a lot. Use code BREV for 50% off all your plans for the next 48 hours. Let's get back into the interview. What is your name and what do you do?
My name is Keza. I've been selling cheats since 2022. It's my full-time job currently in my life. I don't do anything else besides that to get my money and salary. Yeah,
And you own Keza Services, right?
I do.
Okay. And when did you join this community?
So I joined this community, like the cheating community in general, back in 2016. I was just like a normal cheat user. I started using cheats in Minecraft and GTA San Andreas Online. The time was called SAMP for the OGs. And like 99% of all cheat users like me, they went to CS:GO as well. So I spent a really good time on CS:GO too. But then in 2019, I started cheating on Fortnite. First, I started with Cheat Lovers. It was the first cheat that I ever used and the first community I was in. And of course, it was like a complete different thing that the current days, but still a pretty good community back then. And around 2020, I started cheating on Valorant too, when the game was still in beta with Apple cheats. They were the first cheat that got released in Valorant. And since 2022, I started reselling cheats once I became 18 years old.
Mhm. And what got you started?
Sorry?
What got you started in making your server? What got you thinking,
hmm
oh, I should make
So
Keza services?
at the time when I became 18, I was trying to find ways to make money, mainly online. And I thought about a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
And I just saw that I spent a really good amount of time when I was young cheating in video games. And I know that cheat owners and cheat developers, they make a lot of money. And there was a guy that I used to watch a lot back then called Blaze FN, and I knew that he was a cheap reseller, so I thought about doing the same thing. When once I became 18 years old, I got some money from my family as a birthday gift, and instead of spending in like video games or gambling, I just went in contact with cheat developer or cheat owners to get some keys to resell and multiply the income. So since then, I've been doing this.
So you started from almost nothing. That's great.
Yeah, correct.
Mhm. And do you have any regrets about joining or anything you've done in the past that you regret?
Not at all. If back then, when I first used my first Minecraft cheat, probably I was not doing what I'm doing right now. And this is a life changing because it's a lot of money. And for my age as well, it's really rare the cases people get the amounts of money that I get. No regrets at all.
Mhm. And what are some things that much of the community don't really know about?
And I would say that most people in this community, like mostly the newcomers, new people joining cheating, they don't know how professional some people take this. Like for them, it's just like a video game, cheat, blah blah blah. But for us, cheat sellers, it's an actual important thing. And we take this like basically as our jobs, and it's a really professional thing that it's for us. And people just don't take it seriously until they see with their real eyes how much money this industry moves every year.
And what do you think about the community yourself?
Outside the community is moved by four types of people: cheat developers, cheat sellers, common cheat users, and newcomers, which are people that are new to cheating. And usually the newcomers can be really dumb sometimes. I think it's a normal thing since forever. I've dealt with a lot of professional people over the years, professional developers and professional cheat owners, but also a lot of stupid people too. It's like a 50-50. You just need to live with that.
Yeah, the newcomers, either it's like 50-50 with them.
hmm
And what are some things anti-cheat providers or games have done to either stop you or others that you've seen?
I think the main thing that we see every year is security improvement, but for both sides. It's like a cat and mouse game. The cheat developers improve their security, and so the anti cheat developers. But let's not forget that sometimes anti cheats like Riot Vanguard, they use simply very easy ways to try to get us stop useless restrictions that will most likely damage their reputation and also cause many common players who have never touched a cheat to be falsely banned due to these very evasive restrictions. Most games use kernel level anti cheat nowadays. It's really rare to not see a game using one of those. And that's a really big step for any game to invest kernel level anti cheat. Otherwise, your game will pretty much have zero security.
Mhm. And what are the current state of anti-cheats like?
I think no one is above the other. Like I said, this is like a cat and mouse game that will never stop until developing cheats become illegal in first world countries. I think cheat users just need to realize that no cheat is undetected forever because anti-cheat developers will always find ways to stop these cheats. It's their job. If we didn't exist, they wouldn't have any like salary at the end of the month. So I think they are paid to detect our cheats. And just like cheat developers, they are paid to develop cheats and find new methods and bypasses every time. So it's like a cat and mouse game, pretty much.
Mm. And how hard was it for you to start selling and get bigger in the community?
Uh, wasn't really hard to start indeed. Was just hard to keep growing over the years. Because anyone can start. On my example, I started the day I turned 18. I got $200 from my family as a birthday gift, and instead of spending in gambling or whatever, I just invested in cheat subscriptions so I could resell them and multiply the $200 that I had. And since then, I've been doing the exactly same thing.
Mhm. And what are some of the challenges that you're currently facing?
I think the first main challenge for any cheat seller is finding like cheat developers with quality to work with. Fortunately for me, I've been selling cheats for almost 2 years now, 3 years now, and I know there's some new people coming to start selling cheats, and it gets hard for them to find developers with quality to work with. But because of my reputation currently, it's easy thing for me. So I think right now the biggest challenge for me is like promoting and advertising my products, as it's really hard for us cheat sellers to advertise on social media. We pretty much just gotta have a lot of social media accounts because we get shut down by game companies, copyright departments. So yeah, we just need to realize that we need a lot of social media accounts and content to advertise.
Mhm. And is there anything that you'd like to tell the viewers watching this video or anything?
If you're a cheat user, just think that every cheat will become detected one day unless you're actually using a really private product, which it's really rare for people to use those. And just be normal people, act normal, despite this being like an online world. For cheat sellers, I think everyone in any community, Rust, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Valorant, is doing a great job. Developers are also doing a great job. They are working really good, really active, mainly in the Valorant community because of these new TPM restrictions. I would like to thank every developer making new bypasses and working hard to make new bypasses. I think they deserve a word for this. But yeah,
Okay, sounds great. Thank you for coming on the interview. You were really good, and
thank you so much, man.
thank you.
Thank you.
Who are you, and what do you own?
I'm Funds and I own unbanned.gg.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with the first question.
Alright.
When did you join this community?
I started selling like Call of Duty Unlock All tools in 2021, and then I moved to Hardware ID Spoofers late 2022.
Okay, okay. And when you first started, you just wanted to start selling spoofers, or did you also want to sell cheats and stuff?
When I first started, I was like pretty young, and I was playing Call of Duty, yeah, and I didn't want to grind for like these camos and these skins. So my mate invited me to this server where you could buy like an unlock all tool, and it was like £10 for lifetime or 20 quid for a panel. You gen unlimited keys. So I basically bought the panel, sold it to my mates, and that's how I started selling stuff. Like, and then I just moved on to spoofers and cheats from there.
Mhm.
But I never really had any intention of like, selling anything to do with this.
Oh. And during the Fortnite community, when you were selling or like when you first joined, what are some of the worst things you have seen?
The worst things I've seen is probably seen a few people get like a few big owners abusing their auths and stuff, like putting rats in their products and then just leaking customers' information as if they're like charged back or just for no reason. Just like leaking their addresses and like passwords and stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah, I have seen a lot of that.
Yeah, it's very common. It's quite scummy to be honest.
Mhm. And do you have any regrets about joining or anything in the past that you've done that like?
Not really. I regret not joining sooner actually, like not moving to spoofers and cheats sooner. Like I've joined pretty late into the community, so lots of people had a head start.
Mhm. What are some of the stupidest things you've seen happen?
Probably the most stupid thing I've seen happen was its developer Yully. Many people may know him. He sold a Midwin pub as a temp, so you'd buy a day key for like £3 and you'll be unbanned forever, even though it's advertised as a temp. So just perm spoof you, even though it's a temp spoofer.
What are some things in the community that like the community like doesn't really know about?
I would say about like how Epic Games scare people using cheats and selling cheats that it's illegal, and everyone thinks it's against the law, but it really isn't. It's perfectly legal. It just goes against the game's terms and services. So the only way they can sue you is if they hire a private investigator and they somehow can confirm it's 100% you that's selling these
What are you
cheats.
saying?
And behind it, most of the like cheats out there, like most of the leaks and stuff like that, are from anti-cheat developers themselves. To be honest, I know in Call of Duty, yeah, and some other games like CS:GO, there's no anti-cheat really in CS:GO, but most of the developers are actually behind the cheats.
Mm.
Like engine owning, that was developed by an ex anti-cheat developer for COD. He got fired though, but still,
That I did not even know. What the heck?
yeah.
And for the last question, what are some owners that are not good people who have done bad things in general?
There's this one guy called Phoebot or Felix. He owned Precise. Really good slotted in the OG Fortnite season, like when it came back. But he's exit scammed 4 or 5 times, and he comes back under these new names selling the same thing, and they'll exit scam for like 1 or 2K. So you get like pre-release, pre-orders on this insane cheat that will just reuse clips from, exit scam, and then a couple weeks later come back on a new ult, new name, and do the exact same thing over and over again.
Mhm. And yeah, okay, that's it. But yeah, sounds good.